bladder 17, bladder 18, and bladder 20. Yes, 17, 18, and 20. This is especially a significant moxa treatment for gastrointestinal imbalance. Yes, where people have a lot of GI issues. Yes.
Like gas or anything?
All kinds of GI issues, whatever it is. Yes, anything it's GI, especially digestion, is a very, very excellent protocol. Bladder 17, 18, and 20. All right.
Remember the names?
Kidney, shin, gallbladder, Dan.
Yeah,
and
turn out.
what? What?
Whole name.
Dan Shu, Shin Shu, and what? 23 is Shin Shu. 18 is Gan Shu, and what other one?
There's three.
20?
So 22.
Pishu. 20 is Pishu.
So, Pishu.
Valen and Shu, because that's
That's quite a tattoo you got there.
20's, yeah, spleen.
How about
21's
17?
way.
What is this?
It's a diaphragm. It's diaphragm.
Oh, you drew it up yourself, huh? You know, with the spines, with the vertebrae, sometimes it's very tricky, because sometimes the vertebrae feel almost like this. So when you're feeling over the tops and you're trying to find the spaces in between, what happens is one vertebrae runs right into the next one, and you end up not counting that, and then your count will be off. Even though we know shortcuts that we can use, yes. Yes,
T7.
but you can't rely on that. You can't just take that. You know, Peter knows. I mean, he teaches this. You can't. So when you're doing shoot points, you know, I don't know what you guys teach. Why don't you? How do you guys teach just generally? Like, what's your instruction about teaching to find shoot points?
T7 is generally level with the inferior angle.
Generally, it is.
Generally, but you have to end up counting it.
You still have to count to get there, right? What I do always is when I'm doing shoot points, because if you get it wrong and you're doing, say, 3 different shoot points, both sides, you get one wrong, you got them all wrong. Because if you based all your counting off of that, you get them all wrong. So you're not anywhere where you think you want to be, right? I always say count up, count down. Count up, count down. Yes? When you're not sure, so you keep crossing. And bladder 17 is, for me, is one of the center points I use. I count up for bladder 17. I count up for that point. That's one of the main points. But when I'm doing other points, I'll mark, often I will also mark bladder 13, bladder 17. Frequently I will do 20 and then maybe 23. And then you can find everything else in between. Or you don't even need to do, you can do 23, 17, and 3. Then you can quickly count off of them. But you want to make sure those points are where they're supposed to be, where they are, all right? For this one, we're going to do bladder 17. And I always mark, I never not mark. When I'm finding these points on here, you don't want to have to relocate it afterwards. You want to say, okay, it's right there. And visually, you're trying to hold that in your head. Don't do it. Mark the point on the spine, right? Then you know. That's that right there. That's the space in between. That's bladder 17 right here. Well, bladder 17 is going to be here, but this is the point on the 2 channel.